What's up, y'all? It's Lee.
I'm Jordan.
And this is the Mind Your Business podcast. Join us weekly to learn how to mind your business.
Or at the very least, be able to tell people how to mind theirs, honey.
Drop the beat.
Everything's not about you. It's not about Carmine.
Carmine, you need to get it together.
Your breath stinks. Get out. Get out. Get out. Bye-bye. Get out.
Go count quarters.
Aaron.
It's tax season.
I ain't never had nobody do.
Hey,
I got it wrong already.
Oh, fool himself. I ain't never had nobody do me the way show me.
Wait, we missing something.
I ain't never had nobody show me all the things you used to show
I
me.
ain't never had nobody show me all the things you show me. I believe it. I ain't never had nobody do but
Musical stylings of Lei and Jourdan. Album coming out in the fall.
the mixtape.
Get you some. Get into
Is
it.
this on?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah. I cut it on. Cause you know, them be the hidden magic moments you gotta get.
That's what it is right there. Woo. Welcome back to
Episode 10. Okay,
Yeah.
I just want y'all to see how we coming up in this world. How we got 10 whole episodes of us out
Yeah.
there doing our thing.
Your favorite Netflix series ain't even got 10 episodes.
Boom. Okay, and
It probably
it
does.
is less than 45 minutes, and we giving you 45 minutes to an hour every time. Okay. So grateful to be here for sure. Grateful, and I mean, just to get this opportunity, I did not think it would grow to what it's growing into. 300 streams, more actually than 300 streams. Like doing some things. What's wrong with the word?
It just smells funny.
Yeah.
That's all.
But yeah, grateful, happy. Hopefully we're making a difference in somebody's life somewhere. And
Somebody's life.
I'm here. And we on YouTube. We're going to get you the link because I searched it and couldn't find it.
Yeah, we
And
need to
so,
fix that.
yeah, we're going to work on that. Y'all know we're not the most technical people, but your boy's doing his thing.
Jordan is.
Okay.
Because let me tell you.
I'm learning. I'm slicing and dicing, cooking in the kitchen, putting it in the pot, boiling it. Am I talking about the footage or am I talking about something else?
That connect.
But yeah, so just grateful to be here, happy. I love Lee, falling in love with Lee. She's my everything. Like, this is a real thing. I look forward to recording on these days.
I do too. I'm
Like,
really excited.
It don't feel like work. The editing part feels like work. But this just feels like we just chilling. We chopping it up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
With wine.
Grateful for y'all. Love y'all. So grateful. Listen, share, rate.
Emphasis on share, rate. We need you to share and rate because that is the only way we will grow. We are so appreciative of the listens. Don't get us twisted. But in order to reach more audience, we need you to share it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Support black business.
like Meg say.
Okay. Well, since you brought her up, I didn't bring her up. Well, I guess we'll talk about ourselves first. Okay, so what's going on with you?
So
How was your
week? This week was interesting. Nothing happened. But I just was kind of like feeling the ups and downs this week. I don't really know what it was. I don't know if it's the weather changing, time changing. I just kind of felt up and down. Overall, though, I had a good week.
Okay.
I had a good week. Yeah, I was really productive at work for once, and I think that was part of the up and downs. Because I just wanted to sit.
That's Kenzie. I'm just gonna decline that.
Okay.
He upstairs.
Look at me
This
now.
big computer, so you know. I'm declining his FaceTime.
But other than that, I mean, I had a good week. still just kind of in that season, I think, of just change. And I think that's also where the up and downs, where the up and downs come from. It's just the change. And I think it's kind of difficult to balance when you have change in your professional life and change in your personal life and change in your relationships, and then you have to break your relationships apart in your romantic relationship if you have one, in your friendships with your parents, just a lot of things changing, and then as well as your own personal inner growth, and then still existing in all these different areas and trying to give energy to all these different areas. And I think it could be a little draining, but I think that's kind of where the up and downs are coming from. But other than that, I was kind of chilling this week. I was just kind of riding the wave, letting things be what they are and letting myself feel it, because I found that when I give too much resistance, that's when I start feeling depressed, overwhelmed, anxious. I was just like, you know what? We're sad today. And we're just going to be sad. Now, I ain't had no bad attitude. Yeah. But if I need to feel sad, if I need to shed a little tear, that's what it's just going to be. I'm not going to fight it.
Yeah. Okay. So, counseling question. Yes. What stage of change would you say you're in those different areas?
You know, that's something I was pondering yesterday. And I really don't know, because I really don't know what the changes are yet. I'm feeling a dynamic shift, but I don't know where the changes are. I can't pinpoint it. When I ask people, they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, so is it just me and what I'm going through? And I'm trying to figure out where it's at, so I'm pinpointing every little thing, like nitpicking, or maybe they just don't see it yet. Yeah. But I know I went home and me and my friends were sitting at the bar, and we were talking about, like, me being antisocial now, when I used to be, like, life of the party. I'm the one that keeps all the friends together. And they're like, you don't even talk to us.
No.
And I just took a sip of my drink and was like, yeah, I know.
Me.
And, I mean, because I just didn't have anything to say. I mean.
Yeah. It is kind of like, that is true.
And then I saw the look on their face, and I was like, ugh. Because I didn't mean it to be hurtful. Even though that's what I think that's how it came across. Like, I was like apathetic to what they were trying to get at. But at the same time, like I was telling them, like, you get tired of, like, giving all this extra, keeping the friends together, keeping the phone calls up, keeping the text messages up.
Now that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
You're always the one on the road, and you don't get that reciprocated. You just kind of let it rest.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Because, like, earlier we was talking about something, I was like, I have to curb the thing about, like, wanting to save, fix, hold everything together. Because as therapists, that's generally our mode. That's kind of like what we want to do for everybody. If we could, is to make everybody happy, whole, 100% doing A-okay. But it's just not realistic. Right. It's not healthy for me, and it's not healthy for you, because you need to be able to pull together on your own thing. Right. And so that's good that you, like, pointed that out.
And that's been a conversation that's come up between me and my friends a few times over the last few months. And sometimes I think, like, maybe they think I'm not telling them something. Like, oh, she's really mad at me, and I'm not. I'm just chilling. When we get together, we laugh, we talk. But I think, too, with age, and now I kind of have my own thing. Okay, because that's what I was going to bring up. I have my own thing going, and I know that it comes up a lot, like, you and your new friends. Yeah, me and my new friends.
It's a thing, but it is a thing. Okay, because prior to you, generally speaking, my friends can call anytime, and I'm just like, what's up? Because I'm not... I'm not doing anything. I'm not going anywhere. But now it's just kind of like, okay, I have a thing with me. Like, we're going out on Wednesdays. We're going to brunch on Saturdays. Like, me and Precious, shout out P. Hey. We going to brunch. And so it's like, okay, I'm starting to create a life in Dallas where I hadn't, like, it was just really work. And then I was really just checking on home.
Correct.
Or wanting to be home, or doing whatever to get home, or be with whomever. But now it's like, okay, I'm actually creating a life here.
Right.
And that's definitely a different vibe.
It's a different thing, and I think because up until like a year ago, or like a year and a half, I was the only friend of mine from home that was out here. And then I had 2 friends move here.
Whoop whoop. I'm
And
coming to your house on tomorrow. No,
Okay.
on the weekend.
And be like, okay. And I was really excited, but then I realized I saw them more when they were in Shreveport.
Mhm.
And I realized it was because I was like, I'm not gonna go out my way,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to come see you. I've been going out my way for the 3 years at the time
Mhm.
that I had been here. And it just kind of shifts the dynamic.
Yeah.
And so now we're getting to the point where people are settling down. None of my friends have had kids recently,
Mm-hmm.
but some of my friends have kids, and you know, they're kind of finally getting into the mom role full, because that takes time.
Yeah.
You just don't wake up and be in the mom role. And it's like now they're used to me just being at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Lee's always available. I can call her when I get ready, and now Lee has things to do.
Yeah.
Lee
She
has
at
things that
least
she's
going
working
to a
on.
nail appointment.
You hear him?
Y'all see the blues?
You see?
Oh, that's what you can post on YouTube. Let the people see it. Because this was a new set a few days ago. And you sent some pictures.
I did.
Yeah, okay.
They gonna get redone this week.
Yeah.
Cause baby, it's been 2 weeks. So yeah, I just think when people are used to your role being a certain thing, and now that's not your role anymore, but they want you to stay there. And it's nothing malicious.
Mhm.
It's nothing bad or anything like that. It's just you get used to what you're used to.
Yeah.
And so I just think that there's just a lot of change going on around me. And I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm not going to jump into any of the changes. I'm going to just let things change.
Mhm.
I'm going to let things be what they be. And come what may.
Come what may.
From Moulin Rouge. I cry every time I hear that.
Girl.
That is my...
How?
This is why we're in love.
Y'all.
This is why we're in love.
Y'all know. But y'all, let me talk a little
I'm thinking
bit.
about getting that tattoo.
Yo. So, I'm into musicals. But only certain ones. I can't watch them all. Some of them kind of
Right.
irritate and get on my nerves. But that Moulin Rouge, it hits like none other. Okay? And the fact that she got that struck me to my core. I'm not okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting that tattoo.
I want my chest tattoo for the summer, but you know, I'm just
Hot boy summer.
You know,
Lukewarm summer.
I'm a little nervous.
It's
But I got the numb and cream. It has 16,000 reviews.
Well, as long as we don't affect the tattoo.
Yeah, we'll see. We're supposed to be going and do that. Oh, that could be a thing. I'm gonna put that on YouTube.
Yeah.
We're gonna go get like a.
We're gonna blog a little bit for y'all too, so you can see what we be doing.
Yeah, we're gonna try at least. I've been doing good. I did a TikTok last week. It was one where it was just like, you gotta do an odd twerk, and so I did that one. And then I did one before that. I did like the little Dougie, because you know I love a good Dougie. But yeah, okay.
So yeah, that was my week pretty much. How was yours?
So you hit a big thing when you talked about change. And so in my household, I'm definitely struggling to create new boundaries or figure out how I want to move forward with like different relationships in my family. And it's hard because I feel the pressure to hold things together, make things okay, make sure that you're happy, and stuff my feelings down.
Mm-hmm.
And so what it has meant recently is that, no, I'm saying how I feel. I'm saying it in a very respectful way, y'all. I ain't going off or nothing like that, but I'm saying how I feel, and I'm hoping that you can respect it, and I'm hoping that we can build a new relationship moving forward.
Right.
Not necessarily ending it, because when I'm mad, I'm generally just trying to find the closest exit. That's what I've learned. That's kind of like my pattern with past relationships, is if something is wrong, you not getting me, not understanding me, I'm like deuces. But this happens to be a relationship where I have to stay there. And so I'm trying to figure out, what does it mean to stay in a relationship when you and the person may not be energetically yoked? Because because that's a thing.
That's a thing.
And how do I continue to maintain my high flying vibe, my happiness, and build a new relationship with this person? Because the truth be told, they didn't have the best experience with past relationships. They have their own traumas. They have their own mental health issues. And so, Jourdan, be accountable for where you are,
right?
What you did to build into this relationship, and how do you move forward in it.
Yeah.
And so, the spirit is kicking my ass.
Yeah.
Because
that's tough.
Because I talked to you. Donezo. But I am really praying, meditating, journaling. I did some sage, opened up all these windows down here. That's why the energy good. You feel it? You feel it? It was work because you had to get all these hot corners. I need to dust, y'all, because these fires.
But because burning some sage will show you some things about your house. You be like, what is what's going on?
I was just like, I am so ashamed. And so I think that's one of the big things. During the weekend, I spent some time with family. We played games. That was cool. Took me some little photographs. I put that on my YouTube video thingy. I did a shitload of editing. That's my second curse word. I apologize.
I didn't hear the first one.
It was ass. So now that's
That's your third. Okay.
Yeah. I did a load of editing because I wanted to get those YouTube videos out to everybody. And so I did this. And even though it is a little tedious, I spent all day Friday doing this, doing like editing stuff. Like I dig it. Like I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And so I was just like, okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's how, I'm like, okay, this is a good flow. This is a flow that I would rather be in because I'm doing this for me and Lee. This is our dream. This is us. I was just like, look, it was just supposed to be a podcast, really.
Yeah.
And
now we worldwide.
It just continues to evolve and grow. And so that was also a thing. My week was pretty cool. I feel like I'm still in this in-between stage where I want to figure out what I want to do, where I want to be. I think my career is about 75% of my life. And until I have a kid or another dog, because I already got two, so I don't know. That just seems to be my identity. I think I get so much from my job. I feel like my job is me as far as counseling goes. Like I'm a therapist at work, but I'm also a therapist outside of work.
Correct.
I want to hear your story. I want to talk to you. I want everybody to be okay. I'm a people person. I want to dance. I want to have a good time. Like I'm the same person. And so I think once I figure out where I want to be, what I want to do career-wise, my change meter won't be affecting me so much. Like the relationships and the arguments that I may go through. Okay. No, I'm going to decline that again. Second call. Hopefully he getting it somewhere. Okay, so yeah.
Right.
Somebody got
okay.
But yeah, I think once I figure that out, because I do think I don't want to go to another job necessarily. I want to do our own thing. I want to help our people. I want to be there for our community. I think this is a great time to do it. We're Black creators. Did y'all know we were Black creators? I didn't know that. But let me tell you something. That's one of the hashtags that I'm proud to put.
Yeah.
Because we are creating something.
Yeah.
And that's my week. That was a long ramble, but yeah.
It really wasn't though. And to go back to Black creators, so I told you this already. Last Monday, I think it was Monday. Yeah, last Monday, me and some friends went to help another friend who's starting a body care business. Help her smell some different oils for scents for her stuff.
Yeah,
and
let y'all know so y'all can go cop that.
Once she gets it on and popping, we are going to be promoting her. So when we were in the store that sells all the stuff, this other young lady came in and she was telling us that she makes soaps. And she was like, what do y'all do? And so my friend was like, oh, well, I'm starting this, da-da-da-da-da. So then she looked at me and she was like, okay, and you... And for the first time in my life, I was like, oh, I'm a podcaster.
Yes.
And like, it just rolled off my tongue so easy. Like, I stopped talking for a second. I was like, oh my God. Like, I'm not just my job title at this point. Like, I'm not just, I'm Lee. I'm a therapist at a jail, whatever. It's like, oh, that's also what I do and I love it. But I also have something that I've created. And this is what I've created. And her eyes just like lit up and, everything else. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, I just promoted my business. I have a business.
I'm lit up too. I can't find the words to express what this means and the freedom this has given. And I'm all about freedom. Like, to me, that's my ultimate goal at all times, is to feel as free
as possible.
Yes. Do what I want, when I want, spend what I want, wear what I want, do what I want. Like, I just want that ultimate freedom. And so this has been such a gateway to that. And I just can't express it. Like, I can't find the words. Like, for me, I was at a pretty good, cushy job. Left that job because I was having issues with my boss. And I was just like, I'm never going to find a job that paid that much to a therapist. Like, that's what I was focused on instead of more freedom. Because that's what the issue is, that at that previous job, I didn't have that freedom. I was micromanaged all day, every day. I had sessions back to back to back to back to back. All day, every day. Every assessment was signed off on. Dots, everything was micromanaged. But then I got here, and it was freedom. And it's weird because it's freedom in a jail. Get it? Right?
Interesting.
And then I met Lee. And I'm generally quiet. I'm generally sitting in the corner waiting for you to show me who you are so I can be like, is this safe? And she just came in, eyelash fluttering. And I needed that because I had called my mama the first day that I started the job. And I was like, I don't know if this is for me. I just don't see anybody like me. I don't see no attitude, no diva. I don't see no eyelashes, no lace fronts, nothing. And then Lee came in. I say, oh. And it took off from there. And I was like, okay, God, is this what you really wanted for me? But in order for me to get to this point, you had to show me that this corporate job that you wanted with all of this money, where you would wear the casual slacks and the nice shirt, and you pull up to the garage, some similar to a private practice. It was EAP. You thought that's what you wanted. I gave it to you. That's not what you really want.
Right.
This is what you want.
Right.
And so.
And let me tell y'all, we have hella freedom at that job. Like, we could be missing for hours and our boss wouldn't even know, and I don't even think he cares. He just
get your job done.
Get your job done. I don't even care when you get it done. Just get it done and don't embarrass me. It's his mantra. And that's a freedom. Like, a lot of people will never know what that feels like in a job. Now, there are some things that are not the best. And it is what it is. No job is going to be perfect. But to have a job where nobody's telling me you can't wear your eyelashes like that. Nobody's telling you you need to tone down who you are.
Boom.
Because that's the one.
Boom.
Because our boss actually celebrates who we are now. He does it subtly, but he celebrates who we are. He allows us to be us. He allows me to be me. He allows Jordan to be Jordan. He just embraces us for who we are.
Ask me about my shows I'm binge watching, which is Survivor, 25 seasons. I'm on the 25th one, okay? Working my way up. Like, it's priceless, y'all. The freedom is priceless.
So, yeah.
That was a double long tangent.
No, but it was needed. It was needed because a lot of people are searching for freedom, and I don't think a lot of people know what freedom is.
Mm-mm.
I think they have a definition, and then they're searching for this definition that doesn't actually exist, or is not. Once you get it, it's like I'm still not free.
Because I think along the lines, life teaches you, whether it is meant to or not, that, oh, okay, this is life, this is normal, this I should just get used to just this.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't dream or want anything more. I shouldn't go do anything more. This is just what I'm meant to have. Content. This is good enough for me. But I want to challenge y'all to dream.
Please.
I want to say go for it. I want to say do it. If you want to do a traveling blog, if you want to be an accountant, a doctor at the age of 75, do it.
Because you're going to see somebody else do it.
Yeah.
Somebody else is going to live your dream. And you're going to think, well, that's exactly what I want to do, and they look just like me. Whatever that means. It's not even just a race thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether this person has an illness, whether this person has a certain circumstance, whether it is a race or cultural thing, whatever it is for you, somebody's always going to have the same ambitions as you. And you find that a lot of times when you want something and you just sit on it, you don't allow yourself to create it or pursue it, life puts you in the face of a person that looks just like you, circumstance, whatever, and they're doing exactly what you want to do, and they're surpassing you, and you're just like, well, shit.
I read a book that says that's exactly how creativity works. So it visits everybody's door. And it knocks. It may ring the doorbell. It may look in the window and be like, hey, it's me out here. It's your dream. But if you don't let the dream in, if you ignore the knocks, if you shut the blinds, it goes to the next person. And that next person may or may not let it in. It's called, what is it? The Big Something. I'm not giving you no free royalties.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. That slipped out.
But I feel that though. I feel that.
Because we really just waiting for this one plug, this one thing to make us go viral. But until then, you know, we being stingy with who we plug.
Okay. So yeah, that was a much needed message.
Mm-hmm.
So,
speaking of dreams, guess who live in theirs?
Who?
The H-Town hottie.
She is.
Did you see it, honey?
I did.
Were you there? Did you hear the words?
Mm-mm.
I heard all the words.
I was like, who won?
I was there in spirit. I get it. And so, the personal thing that I got from her, she was like, I started at the bottom. I just took any little thing that people gave me, and I just kept going. And my mom and my grandmother and my aunt would continuously encourage me to do it. And I just kept going. And it grew. And I was just like, that's a key that we need to hear, but we don't.
Right.
Is that, we started small and we just kept going.
Right.
Because in life, it's about momentum. It's about energy. The more you do it, the more it grows because you continue to do it. But if you get discouraged in the middle, you'll stop.
Yeah.
But when the major key is just keep going. And she kept going, and now she at the Grammys twerking on that stage for all of these Americans, white, black, Hispanic, Latino. Give me some other ones.
Paraplegic.
I
don't know why that's y'all, my brain just it's the hamster on the wheel, y'all.
Yeah.
I be trying to figure things
we
out.
Appreciate it.
But you know what I love about Megan?
What?
Is that
them knees?
That too.
Yeah.
Whatever genetic code she got, I need
them thighs.
All of it.
That 5'9" stature.
Baby. I don't know. I kind of like being 5'1.5", but I'm gonna let it go.
I'm 5'9". That's how I be looking in the club, in my head, at least.
I'm gonna just take a listen.
Y'all see me look, because you know, I probably be looking quite short and frumpy. But you know, either way, I feel like Megan Style on the flow. Okay, I got a video that my sister said I'm gonna release it to the masses.
Please do it for us. What I love about Megan is her willingness and ability to exist in two very different roles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, very big on existing in different roles and flourishing in all of them. You know, we got Meg up here rapping, talking about Captain Hooks and Savages and the
True.
knees and all this. And then you're also graduating in May.
Yeah.
You're going to open up, I can't remember what kind of medical facility, but she was like, I'm opening my medical facility in the winter.
We're licensed therapists and you need us, okay? All I want to say is that Megan Thee Stallion is my boss. Like, I seen her on the Zoom call.
Look at me like, Megan.
Like, she had on her business suit. She was dressed to the nines, honey, but she was a 10.
I'm just
the
submitting my
bottom.
resume.
Yes.
That's
I
all
have
I'm
a
doing.
pretty good resume, actually. We're submitting it. Where do we send it?
Don't worry, I'm going to get it. I'm going to send it to her booking.
I'm tagging you in this too, because my mama was like, Jordan, why you gonna be tagging these people? And what's the follow-up? I was like, okay, Ma. Because I be wanting to know what's the follow-up from week to week. I said, okay, Ma.
Okay. We're going to start.
We're gonna do better. Because she asked me what was happening with the Taraji P. Henson Foundation. I say, Ma, I just said that on that episode. But then each episode is different. She said, oh, well,
Right.
I wanted to know the follow-up. I say, okay.
Okay.
That is what your mom would say.
We will let y'all know when we
Love
get
you,
the resume
Mom.
to make it. Your mama. But yeah, like just her ability to just exist, and that just because, well, I say that because somebody here wrote the comment about her sticking to twerking. We didn't need you in the healthcare,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, you know, that's something that I find as women of color that we get a lot. You can't exist multiple ways in your roles. And I know, especially for me, I know, and I'm not trying to like boost my head, but you know, when I walk around the jail, like I be having on my cute clothes, I don't be looking like this. You know, I got the long nails, I got the long lashes, I got the makeup on, and people just perceive me to be, I don't know what the word would be, like a hussy? I don't know. Do people say
A floozy.
A floozy?
I
Something.
always liked that word.
Floozy's cute.
I be like flat-footed floozy though.
Yeah. Or like, you know, just kind of like this airhead, whatever. And then when you prove that you are intelligent, and that what does eyelashes have to do with intelligence? And then people act like they're surprised, like you can't be a great therapist that looks nice at the same time. Or I guess for them, a great therapist that they're sexually attracted. I don't really know.
Right. And so it's all of this idea that we have to, as a system, we have to generally become a part of the system of what it means to be a professional person, which we really judge that on the majority population, which is white. So what you're saying is what is seen as professional is this white man, white woman, ponytail, business suit, kitten heels,
It's the kitten heel.
bland personality. But we're black. We're just as smart. We ain't got to dress the same.
Exactly. As long as it's professional for where I'm at.
Exactly.
But what you label as professional is not necessarily what I don't want. And that was when I first got the job. And you know, people would make comments about, because I have a big butt. You know, I got titties, and I mean, I told them, I'm not gonna wear no clothes 2 times too big to appease you and your insecurities.
Boom.
To appease you in your eyes and
Get
lust.
you a real therapist. She'll break it down for
It's
you.
like, I'm not gonna wear no clothes two sizes too big. My pants and everything is just right. If they fit, that's fine. I could see if you were seeing stuff through them, if my shirts were see through, because they were so tight, but that's not the case. You just think I look good and you don't like it. And I think for our place of business, people are used to people that in our company looking a certain way.
For sure,
Frumpy.
for sure.
They look frumpy.
They're surprised when they see us, yeah.
And then you got 2 people like us, and people always talk about how well me and Jordan dress and all this other kind of stuff. And though they may like it, they also kind of down it too. Like it makes us
Like
less.
we're doing extra.
But I don't want to look like I don't want to wear a turtleneck.
And I
look
literally
like that.
just get up and pick up anything.
That's
like
what
I'm not
God.
putting much thought into my dress every day. Like I got a work section, and I'll be like, what I'm wearing out of this section.
But your personality is going to be no matter what. Like I'm not buying no ugly work clothes. I'm sorry.
That's a good
I just
point.
call out.
True.
I'm not buying no ugly work clothes. So even though they're professional, it's still going to be my personality shining through it. And that's the way we dress. And I mean, you feel how you feel about it. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
Boom.
That's your insecurity. Baby, go buy you some clothes.
Yeah, but Meg, she won that Grammy.
She did.
She did.
And she looked so happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, sis is up there like probably just like, oh my God, my wildest dreams are coming true.
Mm-hmm. And I was just trying to hold it together because as I've lost my grandmother, rest in heaven, Freddie. She's everything, or was everything, or still is everything to me. And being married without her here, planting plants without her here, having a home without her here, getting these new jobs without her here, it's not the same, because that's my girl. She's the reason why I am who I am. Like, my mama's everything, but Freddie Mae, she's the one that I followed around.
Hey.
She's the one who made me put up Christmas lights. She's the one who has me into decorating. She's the reason why I am who I am. And so I know how it feels to reach these milestones where you thought, oh, I thought you would be here, and you're not here. It's a difference. It's still happy, but it's different. It adds a 3D dimension to it. If y'all ever seen the movie Inside Out, they talked about the importance of feeling all of your feelings, and that, yeah, you can be happy, but also sadness may be somewhere in there, and a little joy and a little anxiousness, because it just makes the experience fuller. And so when she was up there, she was trying not to cry, and I was like, I feel that, because those people who made you who you are, they don't stay around that long.
And she's young.
Yeah.
Megan's like 24, 25, I
Mhm.
think. And she's lost both parents. And like I told my mama yesterday, I'm 30 and I need you more than I ever have. I said when I was younger, I needed you functionally because I couldn't drive. I couldn't pay bills.
Mhm.
So I need you for that. But I thought I knew everything, so I didn't need you in that aspect, so I thought. And even when I did need you, I was not receptive to you.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I'm 30 and y'all, it's not, save the cuss word. It's not a thing that I can't call and say to my mama, and she's not going to judge me. She's not going to turn her nose up. She ain't going to talk to me crazy. My mama is going to support and love me because that's what she decided to do when she had kids. She's going to love and support her children. And y'all, me and my mama are vastly different. I call and tell my mama some stuff, and I know she'd be like, this child of mine, girl, what are you doing? Because I tell my mama almost everything. I tell my mama almost everything. I mean, I'm not married, whatever, so she's my confidant. And if I did not have her here, I don't know what I would do. Like, I don't know what I would do. And reaching the milestones would be great, but I would always want to be able to pick up the phone and be like, Mama, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't be able to do that. So definitely cherish your people while you have them here, because we all have our day, and you don't know when that day is. So yeah, I did see that she didn't, she was trying not to cry, and that's tough.
Yeah. Real G's don't cry though. I'm gonna stop saying that. That is some toxic masculinity stuff.
Swear.
I just find it so funny. I really be mocking it, but I want y'all to know that I'm mocking it.
How you cut that off?
I don't know.
Oh.
No.
Oh my God.
That ain't it.
Yes, it is. Just hit pause.
Where?
Oh my God.
Press the button.
Is it touchscreen?
Oh, there you go. Okay. All this high tech stuff.
Ooh, honey. So speaking of parents, hot in the news this week, we have Kirk Franklin and his son.
Okay, so I seen it.
Kirk.
They said he shouldn't have cussed him out, but I didn't read the story. I didn't pay attention to it because I didn't think it should have been news. Like, parents cuss out kids all the time, right?
So I guess so. Apparently, judging by my timeline.
Where is the girl who was Liz with the man?
Where is she at?
Like, you are my favorite girl.
I love her. Where
Okay.
she at? So apparently Kirk Franklin's son, I believe he's like 33.
Damn.
I believe, yeah.
Sorry. I've been cursing a lot on this episode.
Usually it's me.
See?
So Kirk Franklin's
At
son.
this point, I'm not your son. I'm just a grown man out here living my life.
And
No?
I don't know, because I'm 30 now. I'm my mama daughter. She gonna let me know. So there was some sort of interaction between him and his father.
Mm-hmm.
And when the video cuts on, we hear Kirk. It seems like he's angry, hurling them out, baby. Bitches and motherfuckers, like.
Well, I mean, y'all know what Kirk from. Y'all can't separate him from his environment. Ain't he from here?
Why I was like Flint?
I mean, either way, you know, y'all know where Kirk from.
He from over there.
Flint say something too, like I'm gonna let you know where you up at. Y'all know Kirk. Okay, keep going.
He was going hard. So then the whole, and if y'all don't know who Kirk Franklin is, he's a gospel singer, because they may not. Depends on who this gets shared to. They may not know.
Okay.
So Kirk Franklin is a gospel singer, very prominent gospel singer. He's been around a long, long time. And so this
melodies from heaven. Stop. That Kirk man, he do it.
And so the internet was like in roar, because there was people who were saying cancel Kirk Franklin, because you know y'all like to cancel any and everything. But they were saying like that's not how he should be talking. He's not a pastor. He's a gospel singer, blah 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 blah. And then other people was like, he's still a man. He's still human. And some people were saying he didn't emphasize the cuss words, right? He really should have said them like this. This is how parents talk to kids. Sometimes your kids drive you there.
That part.
Here's how I felt about it. There was a lot of duality there, because there was a lot of things wrong. And you can have a lot of things wrong in the same existence.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know I just told y'all I love my mama.
Yeah.
If Rebecca ever called me out my name, I'm hanging up the phone, because I have a boundary. And you're not going to cross it. That's a boundary that we don't cross. You don't talk to me like that. I don't talk to you like that. I am grown. Like, I'm your daughter, but I'm your grown daughter. We don't do that. I wouldn't allow nobody on the street to talk to me like that. That includes you, because you stay on the street. So that's one thing. What kind of relationship is existing here where this is how we're talking to another grown person? What's going on there? Why do you feel the need to air out a conversation between you and your father? What were you looking for? Did you want the world to know, like, maybe there was a strained relationship and he has this kind of image? Which, if you know Kirk Franklin, he has talked about some of his struggles. I've never really heard him talk about his struggles as a father, but he has said, like, he had a porn addiction, and these are all things that are out there. I ain't airing nothing, because who am I? But so did you want the world to see? And I can understand that, because, you know, that's like when we hold people in high regard, and then but they live a secret life. They do things that we don't see in the light. And you want the world to know, but why is it that you want the world to know? What is that going to do for you?
Yeah. What validation are you getting from that?
Excuse me.
If it's validation.
We talked about that several times. We talked about it with Raz B very extensively. What is it that you want? Kirk, you a little too old. Why are you talking to your child like that? And that's, okay, so my parents are vastly different. My mama does not cuss at all. She said ass one time when I was 9, and I started laughing because she had to force it. Like, she will repeat a cuss word if it's part of the story, but she does not cuss. She does not cuss at her children. She does not scream at her children. My mom is she didn't have to. I had a respect for my mother that you didn't have to cuss me out.
Yeah, same.
My daddy, on the other hand, though.
Okay.
Well, cuss Jesus out if he get the chance. That is my father.
Let him know that.
He gon' cuss any and everybody out. Very
Poke the horn on him, Greg.
Very quick to anger, like. And so the littlest things, my dad would cuss us out for. You didn't roll the cereal back down. We getting cussed out. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you was the last one with the cereal, but you know. So I know that when I decided to have, well, not to have children, but that if I decided to have children, I didn't want to grow up cussing my babies out. We talk so much on Facebook and stuff about generational trauma and breaking generational curses, and then when it's time to put it into play, y'all don't want to do it. Now, I'm not saying that we don't mess up. Because I understand, yeah, kids will push your buttons. Maybe you've had a day and it comes out. But if it is a habit, that's where it gets a little strange. And so for me, when I was like reading through the comments, I was kind of like, so last week we was breaking generational curses, but now when it's actually time to say, hey, we got to stop, we have to break that generational curse, we talk about setting boundaries and stuff like that. Now nobody knows what we're talking about, and now it's cuss them out, because that's how you talk to your child. And then you wonder why your child grows up and talks to their child like that, and you trying to talk to your child about the way they treat your grandchildren. But it's all mirror reflection. So for me, it was just kind of a lot going there. There was a lot of things to open up and undo, but I know one thing for sure. My parents wouldn't talk to me like that. Because my parents, but now maybe back in the day my daddy would have tried me, but now he knows. You say one thing that sound like a bitch or motherfucker to me, you will never hear from me again. I love you and I respect you. That's all I have to do. And the Bible just said respect you. It really didn't say love you. So you will never hear from me again. You will never see me again. That is a boundary that they know that they're not willing to cross. So,
well,
sips wine.
You know that this hits home for me. Not necessarily for my mom and dad. I don't know if my mom has ever cursed me out or called me any name at all, actually, thinking about it. But I do think that I married into a family that is challenging at times. And I have some of those family members who went through some really hard times, went through some traumas, have lost some really important people, and so they just kind of had to figure it out the best way that they can. And sometimes that doesn't mean in the best light. Sometimes it just means I just did the best that I could. And so I've had relationships even now, in arguments now, where we have went past that boundary point. And so I even talked a little bit about it earlier, like figuring out what it means to put boundaries into place and move forward, having a healthy relationship. Those generational curses are real, but the energy that it takes to be aware, be conscious of what's going on, and still take the highest road is extremely difficult.
Yes.
You have to be mindful that the things that are being said, the things that are being done is not necessarily meant toward you, but also be wise enough to know that they have to be accountable for their actions as well. Correct. And so it's a real difficult path to take. And as a person who's going through something similar now, I get how someone who is sweet, loves you to death, wants the best for you, supports you 100%, will also curse you out.
Yes.
Push you to the point to where you're like, okay, shoes off, dangling necklaces off, let go. And I also know what it means to be convicted by the Spirit after. I'm sorry, because I try not. And so, what I will say is this, is that in order to break those generational curses, you need to be mentally, physically, spiritually grounded.
Yeah.
You need to know what it means and who you are talking to.
Yes.
Because when we are in these arguments, when we are going back and forth, you are not talking to the rational person that you met at the grocery store, the rational person who said, come here, baby, come sit down with me, come give me a hug. You're talking to the 13-year-old, the 17-year-old, the 15-year-old who was traumatized, who was hurt, who lost their mother, who didn't have a father, who had been disrespected and stepped on outside in the world and has had enough, can't take any more. That's what is at the table. That's what we're really dealing with. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it's a hard road to walk.
It is.
But if we want to be healthier for our kids, so that's my main motivation. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's my main. Me and Pat, where we have been trying to have kids. It's been very, very rough. We've had like 4 or 5 failed adoptions, thousands of dollars, honey, that I ain't got to give, gone. But the reason why peace is so important to me, the reason why the relationships that are in my household get it together is so important to me is because I don't want my kid coming into a household where dysfunction lives.
Mm-hmm.
Because that affects you.
It does.
And I won't allow it. Period. But we can break them. We can work on these generational curses. We can decide to put up with as much as we can put up with. But what I will say, and what I'm trying to figure out myself, so this is not me on no wooden box trying to preach to you, because I'm like Lee will tell you, I am going through this as we speak, is that you have to figure out what's healthy for you and what you can deal with. And the key word is healthy, not what makes you feel the best or makes them feel the best or makes everything peaceful. What is healthy?
Right. And you know, obviously.
This that's gonna be the name of the episode. Obviously. Get it?
I get it.
Whew, that was heavy. That was a lot.
You know what? And I think that that's so heavy because that is something that a lot of us bear with. You know, trying to be adults and still becoming that 7-year-old child at random parts in the day whenever you're triggered. And I know for me, I'm with you. I think a lot of the reason that I'm so about kids was because I spent most of my 20s trying to undo so much trauma that had been done to me. There's things that still pop into my brain, and when they pop into my brain, I cry. And it's the simplest of things.
Yeah.
But they're interactions with my father. And I say that not to down my father, because my father, Lord knows, he is a child of rape. He is a child of a mother who was bred. There's like 12 or 14 of them. We're talking cultural differences. We're talking your father was in his 50s. Your mother was 12. There's a lot there. But that he had an obligation to get those things together before he brought me and Aaron here. Mm-hmm. So then now me and Aaron are products of our parents, and we're trying to undo the traumas done there on top of the trauma that life itself deals you. And so, you know,
that part. When
I think about having a kid, I'm just now mentally at a place where I could
barely.
You know, heavy on the bear, honey. Heavy on the bear.
Like,
heavy.
Girl.
I mean, I could do it. That don't mean I need to do it, but I could do it. But I'm just now tiptoeing into a place where I think I would be a healthy mother. Because beforehand, my baby would have had to deal with 7-year-old heartbroken Lee, 8-year-old beat up Lee, all these types of things. So, you know, it's just one of those.
Like touch necessarily.
And that's one of those things. Probably where it stems from. So, you know, you have an obligation to fix your demons. I get that the demons are there. I get why they're there. But it's up to you to determine if they stay. And a lot of people have babies to try to undo the trauma. And then the baby end up traumatized. That's not how this works.
And you traumatized because you stuck at that age.
Exactly. And so for them to, I would suggest, I don't know, if you want to fix the relationship, I guess counseling, if not, go about your business. But if I would say if the son has been getting talked to like that his whole life, that's a lot. And I hate that for you. And a lot of people will tell you, oh no, that you just bitch made, da 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 da. No, you're not. So that's how your mama talk to you. That's not normal. That's not normal people stuff. You're not supposed to be getting called bitches and hoes by your mother and father and getting called all these things that they were scared to call somebody out in the street because your mama would have got her ass whooped. Like, that's not normal.
And that don't mean you don't have your issues. Like, you may not talk about it.
Exactly.
But when you are called all types of B's and H's and MFers, what does that bring up in you? And you probably respond in the worst way, honey.
Mm-hmm.
You probably go in. let have. Like, meet me on them hands outside of Fifth Avenue type of thing. And so, like, it's damage there.
It is, on all fronts.
Let's stop ignoring it.
You want better, but you have to do better. Nobody else has to do better. Nobody's in charge of making better for you and yours, except for you. So if that's something that you choose not to do, I don't know what to tell you. So yeah. Ooh, that was a lot.
It was.
That's a very touchy thing.
That was heavy.
Let me see. Did I screenshot anything else?
What else happened? I don't think
Indonesia.
anything else really happened.
I don't think so.
Beyonce made history. Okay, so someone brought up Beyonce's face looking a little different.
Yeah.
And so, okay. Oh, hold on. So I think the queen is just giving you her natural face. Let's keep in mind Beyonce is turning 40 soon.
Yep.
She's had 3 kids. 3 kids, and all of them have breastfed. She is a black woman maturing.
Yep.
Who has not had, to my knowledge, any plastic surgery. And so, if you see her face a little wider, she may have gained a little weight. She may be aging. That's okay, because she's still beautiful in her own right. And so, I think there's a lot of pressure to look like what you looked like when you was in your 20s.
Correct.
To be shaped like what you was shaped like in your 20s, which I have a whole tangent about that, because even in our 20s, we are not fully developed. You are not fully developed till 28, 29, 30. That is your body type. That is your intellectual functioning. That's where you are.
Yeah.
Period. And so you trying to get to where you were when you were 18, you were a kid, baby. You were a kid. You were not developed. You were not there. Stop. Stop beating yourself up trying to get to where you were when you were 18. It's unrealistic and it's unhealthy. Furthermore, you let Beyonce live her life. Spread as wide as all outside if she chooses to. Because it's hers. And you do it to other women. I get it.
Uh-huh.
It's a women thing.
Uh-huh.
I get it. I understand. These men out here with these bellies, y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all loving them just the same. Y'all trying to cuddle up to, what's that, the man who played in the Titanic? Leonardo DiCaprio. That man, have y'all seen him?
He got big.
Aged. You can tell. But y'all still trying to cuddle up to him, get some of him to pop some bottles for y'all. Like, and so let the queen age gracefully. Let her find her place. She may get some work done, that's her business. She may not, that's her business.
Oh yeah.
There's room for everybody where I'm sitting. What about you? Because I'm not going to look the same in my 30s that I'm going to look in my 40s, but I'm going to be beautiful just the same.
Correct.
I don't look like I looked when I was 18, but I'm beautiful just the same. And thick. Okay, honey, because I was real skinny when I was 18. But I'm thick now. So, Queen B, you made history. That's what I want to focus on.
Congrats.
Boom. Keep doing your thing. Because what you taught me is that there's room at the table to be who the fuck you want to be. And do whatever the fuck you want to do.
This is a cuss word filled podcast tonight. I ain't mad about it. Maybe we can bleep them out.
I'm just saying, man. Like, bro, like, back up.
You know.
Like, back up.
That's one thing that gets me about. Now, you know, I love me some B. I do. Now, I'm not like, I don't really stan anybody. Cause if you do something wrong, you do something wrong. It is what it is. But I love me some Beyonce, and I think the thing that gets me is I don't think that anybody. She doesn't have to be everybody's cup of tea.
Mm-mm.
You don't have to just like her music or whatever, blah blah blah. But it just kills me how we all, and going back to what I said last week, whatever day that was, we always talk about how there's no place for us, and then when somebody creates a place, we tear them down. Like, it's us. And you don't have to like B. If you don't like her, you don't care for the music, whatever, but you gonna get on the national social media and deny her talent, deny the work that she's put in. You just gonna gloss over that. Then you get mad when there's no place at the table for you. It's just strange to me. It's peculiar. I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know what it is, because it's lots of people.
Go to therapy,
please. Because it's lots of people who, maybe we'll just say musically, I'm like, that's not really my type of music. That's not really my sound that I'm looking for. But I know a hit when I hear it.
Yeah.
Whether it's rock, country, I know why something is a hit when I hear it. You know, oh, that's not my type of rap, but it's a hit. And I'm not going to take that from them. It is what it is. Now, I may never listen to it. I may not like it. I ain't buying no concert tickets. But I'm not going to get out here and down talk the work you've done, especially when the talent is there. It's a lot of talented people who I don't like their music. You can sing, no. Like, and I'm not going to down talk you. But that's something that I see a lot, and I tend to see it with us, Black women. And I don't know what it is. Seek help. Like, seek therapy, seek 911, seek whomever you need to seek. But what is it? Why do you hate so hard? Like, what is it?
I think, and so I've been wanting to bring this up, and so I'm glad that it's coming up, because I always think about it quite a bit, is that there is this notion, it's really a poverty mind state, or state of mind, that there's only a certain amount of this piece of pie that will go to African American singers, rappers, podcasters, creators, videographers, etc., blah, 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 blah. If you don't fit in that percentage, that part of the pie, then you don't get any. Mm-hmm. Which is why, and I've had to overcome the poverty mind state quite a bit. And that's one of the reasons why this podcast means so much to me. Is because instead of saying, you know what, well, there's always this podcast and that podcast, they can go listen to them. I'm like, but why can't they listen to all of us?
Right, listen to all of us.
There's room for us, everybody at the table. We can all get a piece of the pie.
Right.
Where did I get this idea that things were so limited?
Right.
Because they aren't. And so just as we can have 3,000 Beyoncés, we can have 7,000 Sierras. And 90,000 Solanges.
Right.
And we all can get this bread. I'm sorry. We can all get this coin. We can all flourish and be happy and do what we want to do. We don't have to stop anybody else's check to get ours. Because guess what? There's enough to go around for all of us.
And it's proven because we see it with our white counterparts all the time. There's never a cap on what they do because they do what they want to do, and they'll get their piece of the pie where it falls.
But systematically speaking, we got to zoom out because we stay zoomed in, right? We stay zoomed in on Beyonce. We stay zoomed in on our specific situations. If we zoom out some, we'll take a look at it and say, okay, well, we are existing within a system that teaches us to covet what our neighbor has. Mm-hmm. Stop what they're doing so I can get that. And so, I mean, on a systems approach, I think the institution of slavery still exists in the mindset that allows us to pull down another person to get ahead of another.
Correct.
I don't have nothing to say after that. I'm just saying, I just, that's something we got to work on, man.
It is. And everything we say is out of love. It's not to tear you down. It's to put it out there on the forefront and realize that you have to do better. Life is long, hopefully. And you're going to be learning lessons to the day you are in the dirt. So, learn your lessons. So that you can be at a place of peace and freedom, like we talked about earlier, because all of these things factor in to your freedom. You cannot be free and you too busy trying to pull down everybody who you think don't deserve something.
Boom. Meanwhile, you ain't focusing on what you could do.
You ain't got nothing. You worry about what somebody else got and they don't deserve it, and you don't got nothing. Now, do that make sense? No. Go take a nap. This has been a very emotion-driven podcast.
You know what? And it was not planned, honey. Not planned at all. But, okay. So, who needs to mind their business this week for you?
Why do I have to go first?
Oh, because I ain't got nobody.
Who needs to mind their... Y'all.
Oh, my phone is up there. It's the one in the ring light.
Everybody just needs to mind their business.
Okay.
Leave it to my y'all.
That works.
Me, y'all, us, we the people. If you focus on just you and improving you, you will find life tends to just kind of fall together. The Lego blocks snap together, the Tetris pieces mold. You will find a level of peace and comfort like you've never known when you just worry about you. A lot of times we don't have no peace because we too busy worried about everybody else. You taking on everybody else's problems, everybody else's burdens, what everybody else's emotions are. You need to just worry about you. Because the world gonna be what it's gonna be and you gonna be what you gonna be. So you might as well control what you can control, and that's you.
Yeah.
So that's what we need to mind their business, everybody.
I guess this week I'll talk about the girl in the backseat of the Uber. And I don't know much about it. So tell what? Okay, what?
Because I forgot about that. Because I saved the story.
You sent me something.
Yes.
So what's going on? Real quick.
Basically, girl and her two friends was in the backseat of the Uber driver's car.
Uh-huh.
There was some whatever about the mask and like her needing to put it on or some other. And her and her friends got to acting a donkey in this man's car. Keep in mind, you drive your own car for Uber. He asked them to get out. They like, nah, we not getting out. She ends up coughing on this man in the midst of the COVID. I don't care if it's COVID or not, bitch. Don't cough on me though. But she ends up.
That's a good point.
It don't matter if it's COVID or not. Don't cough on me. But she ends up coughing on this man. And I mean, in the video, I did not watch the entire thing because it was just difficult for me to watch. But he looked terrified.
Yeah.
Because in this day and age, women kill. Just like anybody else. Little friend in the back could be do on her phone calling her boyfriend to meet them up there and light your little camera up. So you really don't know what's going on. It says here on there that she also pulled off his mask. And so now she's facing 20 years. Because they didn't hit her with these charges. And according to the charges, she got hit with battery of a transit employee, which comes with the potential of 1 year in prison and up to $10,000, I guess like fine or something. She got first degree robbery. I don't know what the robbery was, but it's funny how they can make a charge out of nothing. And these are all women of color. Because her name was like Keeping Up with Lauren.
And we know how they do, y'all.
Baby. Which is 3 to 9 years. Conspiracy to commit a crime holds a potential of 1 year. And she violated the California statewide mask mandate. Her bond is $75,000.
Good Lord. So that's what, $7,500?
Correct. So she turned herself in. I don't know if she bonded herself out, but that is what happens when you walk around like your shit don't stink. And you live off, everything you do is a reaction. Nobody can tell you nothing. You don't have to follow the rules. It's really kind of antisocial if you ask me.
Mm-hmm. That is very true. That is very
It's very
true.
Antisocial. You don't have to follow the rules. The rules don't apply to you. You do what you want to do. It don't matter whose space
That's
you're in.
the
I can
actual
disrespect
definition of an antisocial personality disorder.
Yes.
Not, I don't want to hang around with people.
Yeah, it means that you do not have the norm. You don't follow the norm of what society
Correct.
considers normal.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about the things that are normal, like the rules. And so to me, that kind of resonated because a lot of people I know always talk about, man, I wish I would be in a situation, I'm going to do this, and your ass going to be in jail. You're going to be under the jail. They're going to put you in there. You're going to be in prison serving the max amount of years for a very minuscule thing. And not saying what she was doing was minuscule, but people live in these very reactionary ways, not thinking that there are long-lasting things. Because what if you would have grabbed this man, you would have blew your head off for touching him? Because at that point, he's in danger.
Right.
You know, people don't think about these things. People are very reactionary. They can't wait to just act the fool. And now she's got to pay. She's got to pay for that.
And so that was my thing. That's why I was going to say, for me, this week in Minding Your Business is saying that Black Queen, no.
Her friends were.
Her friends were black.
I don't know because I didn't look her up. Judging by her last name, it seems that she may be of like some sort of Middle Eastern descent.
Okay. Queen of color.
Queen of color.
Whether we want to be accountable for what's going on in this world or not, the world will hold us accountable. And not only will they do that, but they will hold it to its highest regard. They will hit us with the highest law, the highest number of counts of fines and sentencing. And so, unfortunately, we stay in a world where things are disproportionate. Like that, it's just kind of like that's where we are. And so, I want you to mind your business this week and just be more conscious and aware that you are a woman of color whom may not face the same consequences as anybody else. It may be harsher, stricter. And privilege, because we all vie for privilege. We all want it. We all get to certain places to where we have certain privileges. Like my life was out. I was just like, what is this? No lights?
Right. The hood?
But that privilege always has to be checked at the door.
Yeah.
Because we are not entitled to anything in this life. And the moment that we start to feel that we are entitled, it's funny how things work. Because eventually, that gets taken away. And so that's my person. I'm glad you had the information, more of it, because I didn't know about the sentencing. That just breaks my heart. But I am now a firm believer.
Not mine.
And accountability, honey. Be accountable. Because I would hit you with a quick elbow, park that car, and got in that back seat and got busy.
Right.
Because at that, I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what you're thinking. And most of the time, I'm thinking people are thinking some crazy ass stuff. It's crazy. Right?
You already said it.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's my person.
Yes. So, as we finish out this week's episode, I saw that Shade Room posted something that really resonated with me this morning.
Was it about us? Did y'all tag us? I really want, you're going to have to take over the Instagram because you're good at that. You're good at like talking and stuff and like making funny comments. I just be like liking it and then I do the 3-hand signal. And if it's fashion, I'll do the 3 fires underneath. If it's Black Pride, I do the 3 black hearts.
Oh, I'm looking for some.
Yeah, sometimes a fist. But that's all I got.
So on Shade Room's morning inspiration,
Yeah.
it said, "What are you letting go of this week?" And I was just like, "Oh my goodness, that's so inspirational," because I don't ask myself that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's probably something, we all have baggage or things that we can let go, and some things may be big, some things may be very small,
Yeah.
but they all work together to change our lives and to kind of shape the way we walk as we go on this journey. So that's kind of my note that I want to leave y'all off with. What are you letting go of this weekend? What are you letting go of this week? Whether it be soda, whether it be your man.
These
I don't really know.
draws.
Whether it be these draws. You ain't been getting none.
I
You
hate that
finna
word. I hate drawers. But they don't ever say drawers. They say draws.
Draws.
Ew. Underwear. Okay.
See, friend, I was trying to have a morning inspiration.
True, my bad. I messed
But
it all up. My bad.
whatever it is, from ices to your man, whatever you're letting go of, stand hard in that. Be confident in what you choose, and take the steps to make your life better. Because when you let go of things, you start to gain other things. So that just resonated with me, and I really wanted to share that.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that was a word.
Abraham Hicks. She, if she for you, she for you. If she not, she not.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like a cork. It's a cork. The more things you let go, the more your cork goes to the top of the water and it floats. Think about it like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right? All right, little homie. Little Waldy.
Love Waldy. So I was like, so we love y'all. Good night.
No, you're supposed to do your rate, review, share. If you have
As
any
always,
questions.
like we said in the beginning, we gonna say it in the end.
Yeah.
Please, 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 please. We appreciate you so much. We love that you listen. We want your friends to listen. We want your coworkers to listen. We want Beyonce to listen. We want Meg to listen.
Because we represent H-Town.
So please, 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 when you listen to us, give us a like, give us a share, give us a rate, leave us a comment. Those are things that we can also use, because we can share your comments to show people like, hey, people listen to us and this is what they say. So please, 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 if you can, and I know that you can, because I be seeing y'all share everything else, please share the podcast. Please rate the podcast. As always, if there's anything that you want us to talk about, if you have a personal scenario or whatever going on, mind your business. The podcast one. The one is number. It's not the.
Mm-hmm.
Mind your business podcast one
@gmail.com.
Send us an email. I'll read it. I check the email every day. I'll read it. I'll bring it on the air. Of course, it'll be anonymous. None of your personal identifying information will ever make it onto there. We would never do that. But if you're going through something, I guarantee you are not the only one. There are hundreds of thousands of people that go through the same things. So we want to get that kind of interaction from you guys, where we are interacting with the people who listen to us. Touching on things that you want us to touch on.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what you want us to touch on. That's why we refer to the Shade Room a lot, because a lot of us follow the Shade Room, so we're seeing these same stories go through. But if you have something that you want us to touch on, please do not hesitate. Mind Your Business Podcast 1 @gmail.com. We love you so much.
And we love you, Carter. You did an amazing job on the Grammys. I forgot about that.
Easy. So we love you. Have a safe week. Make good decisions, please.
Good decision.
Like Bailey said, when I say, make good decisions. Cause y'all, the girl that does makeup and murder.
Okay.
Yeah, make good decisions. That's
We're gonna tag her too.
Cause I love her.
Oh, we love you. Never heard of you, but we love you still the same. Peace.
All right, y'all.